What it do? It's Kimchi, and welcome to my quest for personal best. This is week 7, day 4, and the focus today is on bench and arms. It's just a full out bro sesh. Um, the random topic that I wanted to talk about today. Don't know what reminded me of it, but I want to talk about oral presentations. I remember I used to love doing oral presentations at school, and to all y'all that can't grow up, pause. Pause. Just kidding. I'm never gonna grow up. But I remember I did oral presentations. I want to say starting in high school. It wasn't like I was getting bad grades, but every time I did an oral presentation, it would boost up my grade. One of the first presentations I remember doing was my chemistry class. We were supposed to do an oral presentation on an element on the periodic table, and I remember I think I got water or H2O, and I ended up writing a verse on it, and I rapped it in front of the class. I was probably getting like a C in that class, and after that presentation, it bumped me up to a B. And I remember doing another presentation on my English class. I forget what class it was, but I wrote another verse on the subject, and it kept boosting up my grades. And I continued throughout college, and I remember doing one of my geography class, talking about geography and writing a verse about it. And I remember I did one in my business marketing class that boosted up my grade. There was another business class I did a verse um, for an oral presentation, and I totally forgot what class it was, but I still remember it by heart. I remember the teacher wanted a copy of the whole verse, and she wanted me to post. She wanted to post it on her personal wall of fame. I should probably go back to my college and see if that verse is still on their wall. But it was the verse I had that started out like, the prognosis of my mind psychosis is too ferocious and it's known to cause rigor mortis. I'm turning your corpus into 7 different corpses implanted with orchids, flame that scorches. So you better eliminate the culprit before I hurl your body into another solar system's orbit. Anyways, if you want to hear that whole verse, go to my Kimchi Weekly videos, and I think it's week 2 titled Decade. But yeah, if you want to hear that whole verse, hit that subscribe and like. Anyways, the most memorable verse or presentation that I did was in one of my capstone business classes, which is like one of the final business classes you take before graduating. And I remember we were all split up into different groups. There must have been like 8 or 9 or maybe 10 different groups in our class. And I remember I wrote a verse dissing each and every one of the groups and connected it to like the lessons in class as well. I remember everyone in class just busting up straight laughing after I dissed all of them. And oh yeah, and I also remember the teacher had a picture of his daughter on his desk, and his daughter was very attractive, like she was hot. And I put a line in there complimenting his daughter, and that also boosted up all our grades. Whoever was in my group, it just boosted up all of our grades. And I think my homegirl still has that verse. I'll probably hit her up to see if she still has that verse. I remember my homegirl, we became like really close because there was one semester where I had 3 classes with her, and we didn't even know each other before. And we ended up having 3 classes with each other one semester. It was just crazy to think because picking out your classes just for your particular individual schedule, and you end up having the same classmate in three three classes in one semester. It was just real crazy to think about. I wish I had all those verses I wrote for all those presentations I did. It'll probably be so hilarious on how whack and how funny it is and how my writing grown throughout the years. But yeah, it was just crazy to think that I would just write verses about anything. I don't really know what sparked my memory on oral presentations today, but I just remember that I love doing them, and that probably sparked my interest in performing verses and then eventually going into battle rapping. But anyways, today the working set um the working set was it's probably like a deload, but it was 4 sets of 5 reps of your bench, 70% of your 1 rep max, and that ended up being 220 when I calculated it, and I just ended up putting 225 on the bar because my bench felt great, and I tried to pause all the reps. So I don't even know what set this is, but yeah, I tried to pause all the reps. And again, it was another beautiful day in Vegas. So it felt really nice in my garage warming up, doing the exercise. But I believe this is maybe it's the last set. But yeah, this whole program, it was an 8-week program from Russell Orhe or Russell. It's been a really long and pretty dope journey. I mean, I've been feeling strong in all my lifts, or stronger each week on my deadlift, back squat, and bench. And next week is when you test your maxes again. Again, when I first started this, or before I started this program, my max bench was 315. I think my all-time PR was 325 on my bench, and then my max deadlift before starting this program was 475, but my all-time PR was 501, and my squat before starting this program, my max was 425, but before I started this program, I actually PR'd and hit 455. So next week I'm gonna test all my maxes, and hopefully I improve on all of them and have all new PRs. But let's see, I think this is one of my last sets. I tweaked my shoulder a little bit. I don't think I warmed up enough on the bench, but it still felt strong. There goes one. There goes 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh no, I think the next set is the last set. But I just want to thank everyone that's been following me this past 8 weeks. It's been a crazy journey, just working out, following the whole program, doing all the accessories, following everything, and then just recording it and editing it. I can't even say that damn word. Editing it every day and posting it for all y'all watching. I appreciate that a lot of you think it's entertaining, just listening to my random thoughts or stories, and then just watching me work out and do this whole program. And hopefully next week I'll post all my attempts for my maxes and hopefully some good results. So anyways, I thank everybody again for watching. Please hit this video with a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you for following me on my quest for personal best, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.